Alright, so this is the video reflection for my flag football teaching for games for understanding assignment. I think overall things went very well. I think the students really enjoyed the game. I think they got good exercise. I think they all felt involved, like they felt like they contributed. And I think the game ran smoothly so that there wasn't many stoppages and that they got to play and feel like they were really playing football. The second goal, other than making the game work well and have fun, was to teach the tactical concepts, offensively and defensively. I think defensively, things went really well. I think that the two defenders understood the idea that if they're a man down, the best way to defend would be to back up, let everything get caught in front of you, and then try to pursue the ball afterwards and not let up a long pass. Although they failed a couple of times to do that, I think on the whole they understood what they were supposed to do. They just got caught in between and made mistakes. But when I spoke to them, they understood they were supposed to be back and supposed to prevent the long pass. Defensively, when they moved into man, they also understood that now that they were man up, they could be a little more aggressive and not worry about the space and just kind of try to pursue the ball and cover their man and just be aggressive. The problem was offensively. While they did a good job of individually getting open, like you'll see a lot in the video where one of the players cuts back to the ball or goes behind a defender or on their own finds open space, they tend to all be broken plays. So it's not like they set up a play where they had two people go long and then one person went short and they had it set up. It's kind of like they all run a route and then the defense loses them and they kind of find an open space on their own. So they did a good job of individually getting open. But the point of my lesson was more so to get them open as a team, and I don't think they fully understood that concept. The one thing they did say is that they understood that if they sent two people deep, there should be somebody open short. That's what I wanted, but I didn't think they utilized it as well as they possibly could have. So when you look at that, I think I did a good job of shaping the action. The rules set up a game that they fully understood what would be beneficial to them. The defense got the concept through the rules. The offense got the concept that they had to hit an open receiver through the rules. So shaping worked well. Where there was a little bit of a problem was focusing. I wanted them to understand that if they sent two receivers deep, then there would be tons of open space underneath because the defense would have no choice other than to go deep with the two receivers. I think they got that to some degree, but not as well as I would have liked them to. And where I think I failed was I was kind of under the impression that with these games you just kind of set up the rules, let them play, and don't really say much else. I think I could definitely be a little more interactive. I could get in there a little bit more. I could kind of guide the action a little bit better. I tried to constantly enhance the action and change the rules to better represent what I wanted them to do. But in terms of focusing, I never really saw, a clear cut, okay, all three receivers on this side of the field, two people run deep, one guy cut across the field, you're going to be open, let's hit him, and then he's going to run. That's really what I wanted to see them develop, was kind of writing plays and just easily creating space because it's 2-on-3. So if you run the right routes and you set up a nice play, there should be completely open receivers, and I never quite saw that. And that's my fault as a teacher, that I could have better kind of been like, okay, now how are you going to get open? Well, how are you going to use your teammates to get open? How do you find this space, or how do you complete a pass to this area? And I could have toned that better, and I could have shaped that better. So that was really where I failed. I think I could definitely be more hands-on in between plays and kind of asking questions constantly instead of just at the end. As I said, I thought you're kind of just supposed to let the action play, but I think you can kind of get in between the plays and ask the questions as the play's going on. But the ending discussion went well, and if we would have restarted play, I think they would have done better. So maybe having a discussion about halfway through would have also helped. So that's another thing I could have done. Other things I was looking at was just simply kind of changing the rules a little bit, maybe penalizing the defense for any long pass completed, so that they'd be like, we're not letting up long passes, so that they would know that. On offense, I wouldn't let them complete passes to covered receivers. They would have to be open in the future, because they're really not getting the points. No one's really keeping the points. So if they know they can't throw a pass to a covered receiver, they just wouldn't do it, which would be better, I think. But overall, it went very well. Like I said, they really enjoyed the game. I think they got the basic concepts. I think there's a lot of room for improvement, and you could build on it. You could go defense and make it more situational, so they'll know where they're covering and what downs. But I think on the whole, it taught them the basics of football, which are how to cover space, how to cover a man when we went into the man-to-man. So how to basically play defense, how to pursue the football. And then on offense, I think it taught them the basics of you got to get open to complete a pass. So they understand that, you can't just kind of all herd in the middle and then throw a pass. I think they got the basic idea that if you get an open receiver, it's going to be easier. And while I forgot to ask some of the questions I wanted to, which were, why is completing an open pass better? I think on the whole they got the concept, and if we had another lesson following, I think I could build on it and basically nail down the offensive concept, now knowing what they quite didn't understand. But that's basically it, and I think it went well.